Taylor Swift has been granted a restraining order against an alleged stalker who visited her Los Angeles home multiple times. According to court documents, a 45-year-old man appeared at her LA property at least 3 times.
Oh my God! Taylor Swift reportedly filed a restraining order in Los Angeles, California against a man named Brian Wagner, who she claims has been stalking her for at least a year, trying to get into contact with her and claiming to have a relationship. I've always known that fame came with a price, but no matter how long I've been in the spotlight, it's still jarring when that price becomes your sense of safety. Recently, I was granted a restraining order against a man who repeatedly showed up at my Los Angeles home, not once, not twice, but multiple times in the same week. His name is Jaden Maurice Moon, and he's 33 years old. He came all the way from Austin, Texas, and on at least 3 different occasions, he appeared at my house, insisting that he needed to speak to me. I wasn't home
times in July 2024 and returned twice last month. Swift's security team also claimed the man sent hundreds of communications attempting to reach Swift. In 2019, she told Sunday Morning she regularly deals with this kind of unsolicited attention.
Since all my addresses are on the internet, people tend to show up uninvited. Like, dudes that think we have an imaginary marriage.
You mentioned that you keep wound dressing with you?
Yeah, I've had a lot of stalkers show up to the house armed. So we have to think that way.
The restraining order prohibits the man from contacting Swift and requires him to stay at least 100 yards away from the singer.
During these incidents, thank God, but my security team was, and they did exactly what they were trained to do. What truly frightened me was that he didn't seem confused or mistaken. He seemed determined. At one point, he even told my security he wouldn't leave until I came out to see him. When asked why he was there, he simply said I was expecting him, as if there was some reality where it made sense. It's not the first time I've dealt with this sort of obsession, and sadly I doubt it'll be the last, but it always hits differently when someone violates the personal space you work so hard to protect. After these encounters, my legal team acted quickly. We filed for a restraining order, providing evidence that his behavior wasn't just creepy, it was escalating. A judge thankfully agreed, and the order was granted. But even with that legal protection, there's still an emotional toll. Knowing someone was determined enough to fly across states, find my address, and stand at my gate hoping, expecting to get in makes me question the security around me, the privacy I thought I had, and even the basic peace of just living in my own home. I've had to increase the security presence around the property and reevaluate everything. My schedule, my staff, my travel plans. People often talk about how glamorous life is as an artist, and yes, I'm incredibly lucky to do what I love on the scale that I do, but stories like this remind everyone, including me, that none of us are invincible. What I hope comes out of this, besides protecting my own safety, is that people begin to understand that parasocial relationships, the kind where someone convinces themselves they're part of your life when they've never even met you, can turn dangerous fast. I love my fans and the connection we built over the years, but there is a very real line between love and obsession, and it has to be respected. No one should feel unsafe in their own home, not even for a moment. The restraining order gives me a bit of peace, and I'm grateful for that. But more importantly, I want this to be a reminder. Being a public figure doesn't mean you give up your right to personal safety. I will always choose to share parts of my life through music, through stories, through performances, but that will never mean it's okay for someone to invade my actual life. We've got to do more as a society and through our justice system to protect people when lines like this are crossed. For now, I'm safe. I'm surrounded by a great team, and I'm still doing what I love, but I won't pretend I'm not shaken. And I won't stop speaking out about the importance of boundaries, even when you're living in the spotlight.